love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, just step up.
What is up, you heathens and demons, you sinners and saints, beautiful blasphemous bastards? What's going on, Maynard Saves? Anybody that might come in, anybody that might watch on the playback, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. I've been working all day. Went and got a webcam, a cheaper webcam, but I'm really happy with it. It actually looks better, I think, than my expensive webcam, the last one I had. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Figured I'd stream while I got roughly about an hour and a half of off time here. Got a few things to look at. Hopefully we're not going to get another channel strike. I definitely wanted to watch this first thing because it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. So yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm definitely needing to work as much as possible. Seeing that, like, it's, people are starting to see that I'm coming back. And that's a good thing. Now I just gotta prove that I'm a viable representative of the fight again. Really looking forward to starting a new channel. Just got to decide if I'm going to use one of the old ones, rebrand that. The thing about that is, like, I've already got like OBS hooked up for that. There's a few subscribers over there. Really considering the brand, what I'm going to do. But I do have to, like hyper focus, especially this month, maybe a little bit next month, on saving for brakes. Gotta buy brakes and rotors, so that's not going to be cheap. So, yeah, I don't know why YouTube just doesn't. Keeps telling me use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less, and it's been telling me that for about a year, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's in my settings somewhere. Maybe I have something all jacked up in my settings. So yeah, I wanted to see, how this was going to look. I'm happy with it. So we'll get over to, if you haven't seen it, Maynard, I'm sure you have. It's going viral right now. Adam Mockler, he's this really young centrist. you know, it seems there for a while he was trying to keep himself neutral in the like moderate versus lefty wars. I've seen him come out recently a couple times in favor of the moderates. That's not surprising. I would hope he would continue to stay out of it. I like the kid. I don't want to dislike the kid. And he's a hell of a debater, right? And he seems to have found a special spot in the heart and soul of Scott Jennings on CNN. And Adam's been going on there quite a bit. I really enjoy their interactions. This isn't the first time Adams really got to Scott, but this is the first time Scott has dropped the F-bomb. Let's check it out.
Thus, for 47
We all
years.
know that Scott Jennings is more than happy to defend a war with a country that starts with the letters I.
All right, so I'm not sure what's going on with my OBS. This is super weird. It's not translating to the screen, but it is translating. Like on my OBS, I am seeing a picture of my OBS, and I shouldn't be. Like when I come up here, I don't see it. But when I come down here, there's a picture of my OBS, and I'm not sure why that is on my scene here. Now it's not translating. Oh, it is translating to the screen. All right, I'm not sure why that is happening. That is super weird. What happens when I... See, that should not be on there. That is fucking odd. Let's go. What's going on with my display capture? Alright, let's remove that. Let's add another display capture. Ah, it's doing the same thing. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand. No, that's even worse. That is super weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Now there's OBS with an OBS with an OBS on there, and it should not be on there. It is not on that screen. Oh, why is it doing that? Technical difficulties, huh? In the middle of a stream. That's really weird. Not sure. I'm wondering, because I've had OBS on as I've been doing shit. God, that's disappointing. That means I can't watch anything. What's going on, Marty? What's going on, Big Zebra? Fuck. Why the hell would it do that? I don't know, bro. OBS sounds like some sort of illness. You found infinity. Yeah, that's fucking strange. Let's pull this down for a second. Huh. What to do in this scenario? I don't want to close all my tabs. So yeah, I guess this is a stream of where you get to watch me try to figure out my technical difficulties. That's something that's never really fucking happened to me before. I don't understand it. Capture method, display auto. Oh, that seemed to do it. Changing that to the primary monitor. All right. I don't know, because I didn't mess with any settings, but that seems to have worked, huh? Yes, it has. That seems to have worked indeed. All right. I figured it out. Oh, that's awesome, Maynard Saves. Yeah, I wish my daughter could do that, but with Type 1, you're just stuck with it. Yeah, Jennings is a cuck. Yeah, that was super weird. I didn't change anything in my settings. I did, install a webcam. Maybe that automatically changed things in my settings. I've never seen that happen before. Now, I've seen that happen with OBS, like if you have one monitor, right? But I have two monitors, and I don't know why that was fucking happening. But we figured it out. It only took me way too long. I don't claim to be a smart man. All right. Back at it. So, yeah, I roughly got about an hour and a half of chill time. Got a few things to watch. YouTube, don't give me a strike. Everything I do is educational. Everything I do is to show you how a raging atheist acts. Because we live in a world of theists that don't understand atheists. So everything I do is a fucking education, right? And honestly, like, I don't like it, you let people watch movies on this fucking channel, right? That's not educational. All right, rant over.
IRA that we are currently failing that is going to put us trillions and trillions of dollars more in debt. I was only a few years old while you were in the administration defending prior endless wars. Now this war is failing.
8 weeks is endless to you?
Okay, you said it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks.
You have the attention span of a gnat?
Homie, I debated you on TV 4 to 6 weeks ago, and you said we were weeks away from it. Now you're making condescending remarks because you can't defend the fact that this war is not going your way. Wait, one more time.
Not going your way.
Name one political concession.
Name
one political concession.
Whoa.
Get your fucking hands out of my face. Now, we're going to watch it again. Now, Adam, he's talking with his hands. Anybody in media, they're going to talk with their hands. Politicians especially, if they're a good politician, is going to be talking with their hands. Talking with your hands usually sells what you're saying, right? So Adam is talking with his hands. He doesn't have his hands in Scott Jennings' face. I think we are witnessing the end of all this fake-ass Republican stoicism. You know, the stoicism that has given stoicism a bad name, right? As somebody that really appreciates Marcus Aurelius and Stoic philosophy, watching all of these alpha males out there promoting stoicism as if like being a douchebag is stoic really disgust me. So I hope we're witnessing the end of that, because these are the biggest snowflake douchebag little beta bitches in the history of the world. These people that rode the backs of the manosphere into power, that rode the backs of liberal tears and soy boy cream, right? So, like, let's watch that again. Little 20-something-year-old Adam Mockler against older, now thinner than he used to be, Scott Jennings. And Scott Jennings just can't take being fucking manhandled in a debate.
That Scott Jennings is more than happy to defend a war with a country that starts with the letters IRA that we are currently failing, that is going to put us trillions and trillions of dollars more in debt. I was only a few years old while you were in the administration defending prior endless wars.
I have to say, I remember, I was one of the few people in America that was anti-Iraq war pretty much from the very beginning. I had a good friend that kind of like smacked me around and asked me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you all gung-ho for this shit? This is, this is fucking stupid and wrong. So like, but pretty much from the very beginning, I was like, fuck, and I remember Scott Jennings standing for George Bush, standing for weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. All of these same people, and it's the fundamental gripe about the American First segment of MAGA, was because these were Republicans that had grown tired of the Republican Party, of the neocon Republican Party. These were the Republicans that wanted to go back to a more isolationism. Let's focus on America. Let's not fight these fucking wars. Republicans. Now, the Republicans I grew up with, When I was an actual Republican, before I started to go left, before 9/11, before Iraq War, all of that shit, growing up in North Carolina, didn't really understand politics. It's just everybody was a Republican. You know, they really liked war. But Iraq taught them some really bad lessons about war, about really liking wars. Because, you know, you get involved in a quagmire, it doesn't matter if you're the most sophisticated military force on the planet. It doesn't matter if you are the largest military force on the planet. Because if you get bottlenecked up in a quagmire, particularly in the Middle East with people that have been doing this for thousands upon thousands of years, you're probably not going to win. So they learned the hard way. You know, if you're 6,000 miles from home trying to defeat a people that have existed 10 times longer than your country, you might be biting off a little more than you can chew. But the Republican Party that I grew up with loved war. The anti-war movement was staunchly on the left the entire time I grew up. But now that dynamic has changed. Now I was watching, I can't remember his name. He's running for Senate, former MAGA voter. He's one of these white dudes I call beards, like big white dude, big beard as well. You know them. You've seen them, right? They're a breed. But he's anti-Trump now. And he's coming out and he's running for Senate because Trump didn't do any of the fucking things that he wanted to do. This dude is clearly, like, truly anti-Semitic. But he said something that, like, reverberated with me, if I could speak. He said something like, his words, not mine, but I kind of agree with it. And I'm not saying that we should, like, ever, like, endorse these fascists as allies. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that we are starting to meet at points that if we utilize the moment, we might actually get some shit done. But he said, how I see the left and the right right now is these two extreme opposite points that has horseshoed and have somehow come together. And it's true when it comes to war in Iran, when it comes to the politics of Israel owning America. We are meeting there now. It's just, you have to be really fucking careful with these people because they are, a lot of them, most of them are anti-Semitic, to where the left movement, as far as I myself am concerned, and anybody I've ever fucking seen or known to criticize Israel, I'm pretty sure all of them criticize Israel, not Jewish people. And they're not dog whistling to be able to criticize Jewish people. We should be able to criticize fucked up governments. It doesn't matter. If it's a Christian government, we should be able to criticize it. If it's a Jewish government, we should be able to criticize it. If it's a Muslim government, none of us have any fucking issues criticizing them, right? So, the fact that MAGA is now Scott Jennings says everything about the moment that we're in right now. And that moment should not be taken for granted. Republicans, the Supreme Court just passed their bullshit gerrymandering ruling. We see Louisiana canceling an election already. More Republican states are going to follow suit. And honestly, if they do, Democrat states got to do the same shit. It goes both sides now, right? It goes both sides now. We're basically seeing the end of democracy. We're seeing them throwing all their cards. It's Trump win or nothing for them. That's what we're seeing right now. And that's why we're seeing all this pressure right now. And that's why you're seeing Scott Jennings lose his fucking cool. Like, Scott Jennings should lose his job for that. Left-wing commentators have lost their jobs for less. Don Lemon. I'm just saying. Who was the White House dude, Acosta? You know, a lot of people have lost their jobs for less. And you can pretty much say, like, Scott Jennings is verbally trying to intimidate a much younger person, a guest on the network he's supposed to represent. That should be a termination immediately. Any job, if an employee acted like that to a guest of the company, that employee is going to be terminated immediately. I'm just saying. But I thought this shit was funny. And quite honestly, Adam Mockler's like fucking legend status now. You know, like he's been legend status for a while. Like the kid has grown a fucking YouTube channel. Like you wouldn't fucking believe. Like I don't fucking believe. Like I wish, right? Yeah, and the Dems are pussies. They can't blow this moment. Right now they want to attack Hassan. Right, and for months now, you know, the moderates, the Hutches, the Destinies have been attacking the left. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is what they said we did with Kamala, right? When all left did, and not me personally, and I've been very honest about that. I voted for Kamala here in the state of Michigan when it was a very unpopular thing to do. But the left had a moral gripe that she was not willing to address. Had she only addressed it, she would have gotten a lot more votes. Yes, people would have still abstained from it. But she would have gotten a lot more votes here in Michigan if she just addressed it. All you had to say is like, I'm going to be a bitch to Israel, and people would be like, at least she's saying it. But she just tried to run away from the shit. That was a true moral gripe. But now they're like telling people not to vote for leftist candidates. Why? Now they're trying to tear down leftist commentators. Why? They've gone after Hassan. They've gone after Kyle Kalinske. You know, I don't really consider the Young Turks left by any means, but they are anti-Israel, and they faced some pretty fucked up shit because of it. Democrats can't fuck up this moment. They need to read the room. They need to realize that the base is tired of not getting what we've been promised. The base is tired of them not working for us. And if they can fuck this up, this is not a guaranteed thing here. And these maggots that are coming off of the Trump train, they're not allies. They're not potential future voters. Some of them might, but that'll be personal decisions. That'll be personal growth, personal journeys. None of us are going to get them there. They are struggling with their own moral conundrums. And they'll do whatever their morals will tell them. And most of them, I guarantee you, are going to vote Republican anyway. Megyn Kelly. I mean, Megyn Kelly just comes out and says it. Most of these people have been programmed their entire lives to never vote Democrat, no matter what. It's not worth trying to get their vote. So why would you tear down what is your base? And your base is not moderate liberals. Your base is workers. That's your base. That's what you're supposed to represent. That's what you're supposed to fight for. And if you actually started fucking fighting for it, you'd win every fucking election. People are starving for it. That's why we have Donald Trump, because people are starving so much they're stupid with it. All right, enough of me rambling. I can ramble for fucking hours. I still got an hour. I got time, right? Thought we'd get back to some like stupid Christian questions. Not really sure how much of the, you know, what I can show on here. You know, like I'm just like super nervous of getting another strike. I definitely want to get back to religious content, but I also want to talk politics, and there's a lot to talk about right now. You know, like the Destiny Crusade. You know, and it's disappointing because I'm a leftist that like continued watching Destiny even after all the sex shit. You know, I was always like, let him have his day in court. You know, I'm not going to like cancel somebody because of something they might have done. And I don't know, that's been playing out forever. Sometimes it looks like he's going to win. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe he did. I don't know. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care because like all he does is attack the left. When it seems like a person like that who has had bombardments of people canceling them, and probably rightfully so, would probably be on the like let's not cancel train. But like, yeah, I haven't been able to understand any of these moderates Israel support. It's like clearly like we are not, we don't share the same moral standards, right? And that's for the moderates that support Israel. Like more and more moderates are no longer supporting Israel. Read the fucking room. Read the fucking room. Don't fuck this up. You're going to get a lot of extra votes in the midterms. Don't let that go to your head and think that you don't have to govern. And you are going to get your moment to govern, probably, unless they just completely go fascisto. You're probably going to get your moment to govern. You better goddamn do something with it. You better goddamn do something with it. Because if you don't, this experiment is over. People are done. People are fucking done. Like the other side is talking post-democracy, right? All right. Let's get to some silly, stupid Christian shit. All right. Oh, yeah. So this isn't really questions. I just like... when I stopped being the raging atheist, right before I stopped being the raging atheist, I was started covering this Logan Joy show, dude. This Logan Joy, and back then he was like really, really small. He's still really, really small. He's still 3.16K subscribers, but considerably bigger than he was back then. And this guy is like the epitome of Christian stupid, right? Like just the epitome of it. So I wanted to check in on him, and I only watched like 30 seconds of this, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, here we go. It's only like a 2-minute, 30-second video. Let's check this out. Let's see what Logan Joy has to say recently.
1 Timothy 2:9. In like manner also, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with propriety and moderation, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly clothing. Do we believe that women should adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety? Do we believe that? Or is that uncomfortable for us within the modern church because it's oppressive to women? Do we actually care about living holy and righteous before God?
All right, so yeah, are we? We're gonna start dressing our women modestly, right? And let me come up here for a second. I have a question. Is this the new Christian modesty look? Let me pull it up. I wonder if this will work. Yeah, that should work. We're nice and fine. Come on, get to it. Oh, no, it's going to the Instagram. I don't want the Instagram. I want a big fucking picture of it. This will probably work. I should actually. God, I wish that was clear because that. All right, I wish that was clear because. So over here, is this the new image of Christian modesty for women right here? You know, black hat, black shirt. You're going that Laura Hamilton Terminator 2 look. The crazy eyes. You know, is that the new Christian modesty look? Are we gonna have like Girl Defined 2.0? Is that what Logan Joy is gonna go for? Like Girl Defined 2.0, except for this time it's just gonna be dudes telling women what the fuck they should wear. And we do have it's more apparent in like his newer shit because this is 4 months old. We do have another Christian that desperately needs to learn about the modern invention. Maybe it was just some other video I was watching. Or what is that? Here it is. All right.
So what?
Yeah, another Christian that needs to learn about the modern invention of the razor blade. Now, again, I'm not like, if you can grow a beard and rock a beard, I'm all for it. If it's thick and it looks good, I'm all for it, bro. Although you're probably, if you're white, you're probably a MAGA beard, and that's, you know, kind of an indicator that I don't like you very much. But I'm just saying, like, when it comes to beards themselves, I'm obviously, you know, I grow what I can. You know, I hate mustaches, and I think it's this side. I have a patch, so you hardly ever see me try to grow a beard, right? I know my lane. I know my lane. Stop trying. I know that there's this passage in the Bible about how God really wants you to not shave. He also doesn't want you to cut your fucking hair. It seems like God really wants you to, like, have lice, you know. I mean, like, he really wants you to be feeding his other parasites. So I just don't understand. Like it's one thing if you could rock the beard, right? If you could ZZ top that shit. But it's another thing if you just can't fucking grow a beard. Don't fucking try. Like, do you really think God is up there? You're going to get to the pearly gates, and he's going to be like, nope, you used a razor blade. You're fucking out, bro. It's, God damn, it's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. All right, enough of Logan Joy. I might get into him later. All right, questions for atheist. I got about an hour. This was one of the ones I was going to do last night. I haven't looked at any of these questions. I don't know if I'm even, like, you know, mentally capable of answering them. But the whole point is I'm just going to answer as the raging motherfucking atheist, the raging Taoist, the non-deistic worshiping Buddhist Taoist that I am. So, yeah, I'm just going to answer.
Thank you for watching this video. My name is Jermaine, and I'm going to ask you a series of questions as to why you are an atheist. Why do you hold that position? Do you want eternal life? If you don't want eternal life, just stop watching, because it's just a waste of time. If you don't want to worship God,
fuck, bro, if I could have eternal life, I've had this argument with other people that think I'm fucking crazy. Like, if I could live forever and not, like, grow old and, like, fucking, like, suffer, if I could, like, not have to work, you know, like, it just, like, entertain myself, I could keep myself entertained for fucking eternity, right? Like, I want to live forever. I just don't buy your bullshit that you're gonna supply that. Right, like I think there's a better chance that it, like, I could probably, like, freeze myself and then science will figure it out and then they could, like, just bring me back or some shit. That's far more likely to happen than, like, fucking heaven existing, right? Like, and again, like, it's Pascal's wager. Like, of course we understand that it would be better to believe so we could go to heaven, but, like, really, honestly, heaven is not what these people fucking make it out to be. Like, if you actually read in the Bible what it says about heaven, it's basically like you're reborn as a baby. You spend all your time, like, having to worship God all the time. You don't get hungry. All you do is worship shit. You're not watching TV. You're not going to the Tupac concert. You know, you're worshiping God 24/7 all the fucking time. That's all you're fucking doing. Does that sound like a good time to you? It doesn't to me. I want to be smoking blunts. Like, seriously. So no, I don't want your eternity, but I'll take me some eternity if I can get my hands on it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
on earth. What makes you think you want to worship God in heaven for eternity? Heaven ain't for you. It's just, I'm just being real. I'm not being funny. I'm just being real. If you don't want eternal life, just stop.
Well, I think he just said it too. Like, if you don't want to worship God for eternity in heaven, then you, yeah. And if it was that simple in the scenario you present, I'd be like, all right, go do your thing, boo. But it ain't that, because you don't think that we're just gonna be like, that's cool, because it ain't cool, right? It ain't cool. Like, I didn't make a raging atheist 100% reprobate t-shirt for nothing. It ain't cool. We are going to be punished. You know, we're not going to go to worship God on puffy clouds, right, for the rest of eternity. We're going to go burn forever. And honestly, I think I'd rather take the burning forever over the worshiping thing. Just my input there.
I'm watching. Does the God of the Bible exist? Yes or no?
No.
No? Well, prove it.
Okay.
You can't.
I wish I'd have came prepared for this. I don't have any of those Bible quotes that I was pulling up yesterday. I'd have to like go into my files and find where the fuck I put it, and I was stoned last night. I'm not quite sure where I put it. But let's take a shot at this, right? So the God of your Bible, like you didn't say God, you said the God of your Bible. Like human science has proven that like there was never a fucking global flood, never. Where are the remains of the Nephilim? I know it's like it's a worldwide global conspiracy to cover it up. Or no, I also know like mountains are the petrified like spines of the Nephilim. I got you. Where are all of the accounts of the risen dead in Jerusalem on the day that Jesus died? Where are the historical written accounts of that? Like, are you willing to admit that Abraham came out, I think it was the land of Zul, something like that, and that those were Sumerian lands, so he essentially brought a Sumerian god, and what we know about Yahweh, that Yahweh was a local Sumerian god, so not even like the whole fucking empire of Samaria, right? Like, they weren't all worshiping Yahweh as one of their gods. This was like a localized god that Abraham supposedly brought out of Samaria with him, right? Like, and if you recognize that, then how can you not recognize the thousands of other Sumerian gods? Just a question for you. I think it's very easy to prove that the Christian God does not exist. You'd have done a lot better had you went prove that God doesn't exist, because then there's really no evidence of that. Like, there's no way to show evidence of that, because it's just like a bullshit impossible hypothesis that some fucking person that was eating mushrooms, like, I don't know, 6,000 years ago came up with. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to tell you. But pretty much before that, it was like dark religious human sacrifice shit, and then before that, it was like animism. So I don't know what you want me to tell you, bro.
So if you say yes, well, welcome to Christianity. So no, you can't prove it. So at the end of the day, it takes faith on either side. An atheist.
No. I mean, it doesn't take faith. It doesn't take much faith to be an atheist. In fact, it takes a lot of lack of faith. You got to be pretty much void of faith in deity to be an atheist. Quite honestly, if I'm being honest with you. And faith is such a petty word, right? Like, just tell us you don't know something by not telling us you don't know something, and that would be the word faith, right?
Cannot prove God doesn't exist. We can't prove God exists, but it takes faith. Either way, you have to believe. Do you believe so?
Wait a minute. No, you don't have to believe. Honest, like, literally. Do you have to believe in Hogwarts and Harry Potter and all of that bullshit? Like, I mean, no. What? It doesn't make any sense. You're stupid.
Someone or something.
And what I don't understand, like, I don't really see, like, and maybe atheists do this. I don't think I've ever done it. Like, 10 questions for Christians, right? Right. Like, I don't understand why the fact that human beings are going to be different than you bothers Christians so much. I've never really understood it. I don't even think I understood it when I was a Christian. Like, how, like, when I come across somebody that, like, it just believes completely different than me in the real world, I just kind of ignore them. And that might be what's wrong with the world. And I've often said that. Like, we've been programmed to ignore things that maybe we shouldn't be programmed to ignore. But usually when I'm out in the world and somebody's just different than me, I just ignore it. You know, like, it doesn't bother me, because guess what? Humans are different. None of us are the same. I mean, except for you brainwashed fuckers over there. You know, like, most of us are pretty fucking different. We all think different shit. We all react to shit differently. You know, it's just cultures are going to dress different. Let's do different things. I just don't understand like why Christians particularly seem to have such a problem with that. And honestly, like maybe it's because they know in their heart of hearts, like if their God was this fascist Jesus God that they portray him to be, like everybody would literally be the same and brainwashed fuckers just like they would, because we'd be forced to be. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe inherently he knows he's following a fascist.
Put us on this earth to live and die. I think if for you to say no, it would be illogical. Someone or something put us on this earth to live and die. That's
Well, I mean, that's given without a fact. It's called your mama and your daddy. You know, I mean, that's fact, bro. And the fact that you think it was like Gandalf is what's the word he used? Illogical. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You only think that because you've been told that since you were like a fucking baby. You have been brainwashed into believing this silly, nonsensical shit. To where if you actually read the Bible and was like processing what the fuck you were reading, you would realize that this is a horrific fucking text that you shouldn't fucking pay any fucking credence to. It's very primitive. It's very brutal. It treats your fellow human beings like shit. The God in it fucking hates you. Like, what are you trying to sell me here? I don't understand. Yeah, I have no desire to worship anything except Maynard. Smoke weed every day.
logical, right? You someone put us here, someone or something. If so, what was it? I didn't ask to be here. Neither did you.
Again, it was all right. I'm going to help you because most of you Christians are like so pro-life. You should know this. You've argued about, you know, when life begins and everything. There's a little spermy sperm. It's going to meet the little eggy egg, and all the spermy sperm, they're going to fight each other until one survives and he's going to get in. That's how you got here.
Why?
It's called the birds and the bees, my man. The birds and the bees.
Why is the universe here? Do you believe in free will? No? Well, you use your free will to become an atheist.
So, do I believe in free will? This is another question that's always kind of stumped me. And like this guy, I don't think is coming from philosophy. This is probably just something this free will is definitely just something that's been part of his religion. Free will. Do I believe in free will? Let's look at those words. Free will. Do I believe that I have freedom? And I guess will to enact the things that I want to do and enact, and yeah, I think I do. Why does that matter? Are you going to say because I have free will because God gave me free will? You would have to prove that. Do I think we have free will? Well, yeah, I think I'm pretty fucking free to smoke a fucking joint. Now I had to fight for that freedom. But now I can smoke a fucking joint if I want to, right? Now, am I free to drink a fifth of Captain Morgan, get behind my car, and drive? Well, I am, technically. I can go do that. But I'm probably going to go to jail. Like, I never really understood. This is like some big gotcha Christians play with atheists. I've never fucking understood it. It's not a gotcha. It's like what the fuck are you even saying? Like, listen to yourself. Are you a grown adult? Yes, I believe in free will. But not your God's free will. I don't think that I have free will because, you know, God decides to, I don't know, not bend me over and put his penis in my ass. You know, like I don't believe that. Like, I don't know what they're fucking asking.
Are you saying the good and bad choices you made in your life
because it holds consciousness,
or do you take full responsibility? Truth is, if I knew the evil things that you've done to people in this world that God knows about you, you would probably run under a rock. And guess what? The same goes.
You're goddamn right. The same goes for you. So I'm going to tell you a little secret here. Every human being on this planet has done many things they are deeply ashamed of. We do things in moments based on like the surroundings we're in and the situation of those surroundings and the timing and the circumstances. And we do things, and sometimes we do the things that we do in those moments. We can reflect back on later and be like, "Man, we should have never done those things." And I'm going to pretty much let you in on another secret, a human thing. We are all degenerates, all of us. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Some of us try to be better than we are. Some of us strive for a humanity that's better than it is. We've seen improvements, so we know it's possible, right? But every human being on this planet has done something, some atrocity or another. Every single one of us. And it's not that God knows it or doesn't know it. I mean, if you truly thought God was watching in those moments, you wouldn't do the fucking horrible shit we do sometimes, would you? No, you think you're going to get away with it because deep down, deep down, you understand that we're just monkeys on a rock that's flying through space with the constellation staying in the same goddamn spot. I kid. If you watched the stream yesterday, you would get that. Oh, too fucking funny. All right, let's continue.
For me. Is the reason why you don't believe in God because
What's up,
you
Native
can't see
Atheists?
him and there's no
What's going on?
evidence? Well, you can't see a lot of things. You can't see friendship. You can't see love. You can't see fairness. You can't see justice. You can't see gravity. You can't see energy, but you believe in it, right? It's there. Of course those things exist. And to be honest, yes, they do exist. But you believe.
I can't remember everything he listed, but I'm pretty sure everything he listed can be tested. You know, like gravity, you know, like boom, solved. God, nothing, right? False equivalence. It's God. I wish Christians were just better. And again, you're spending your time to make yourself look stupid. And I get you, bro, because I did it for like fucking 5 years, right? Like, man, I cringe at some of the drunken streams. And I forced myself to watch them sometimes, like especially when I was going through everything, trying to archive. Like, man, goddamn, like watching your drunken self in its worst state is not fun, right? So I understand. I do understand. But you do this because you make an ass out of yourself because you're extremely passionate about the idea that these other human beings, these other human beings that doesn't believe in your magical Gandalf. And I know, like I think purist of Loader would get really upset for me for saying Gandalf, right? Like it's Gandalf or however the fuck they like to pronounce it. I have said Gandalf since I have read about him for the first time since I was like, I think I was 10, right? Like that's how I pronounced it in my head. I will never say it differently ever. You know, like people get pissed off about stupid shit. But like, yeah, it's just nonsensical that you get so worked up about it. You know, it really isn't. Like I don't get. You know, I didn't devote 5 years of my life to like combating Abrahamic religion because I care that you're religious. I think you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do as long as it's not harming other people. The problem is your religion often harms other people, and your beliefs lead to the harm of other people. And I've come to like a rather extremist position that I think we need to outlaw religion as a species. You know, I know like Orson Scott Card is a bigoted fuck of a man, but he's a brilliant writer. And when he was writing Ender's Game, you know, like religion had been outlawed. You know, the point of him writing it was to indicate that even if you outlawed religion, it would still survive in the underground, and it did, and it probably would. But I still think we should fucking outlaw it. I've come to that extreme position. Why? Because look at the MAGA movement. Look at what religion can do to people. I mean, you're going to be like, but nah, MAGA's not religious. Yeah, the fuck it is. Yes, the fuck it is. Yes, the fuck it is. Are there non-religious or other religious folk in it? Yes. But these people are manipulating Christians, and they've been doing it for decades, and now we have this. That's why. That's why I hold my extreme position.
Believe in it. You didn't see the Big Bang, but you believe in it. You didn't see the primordial soup, but you believe in it. You didn't see the origins of life, but you believe in it. Right? But when it comes to God, you reject it. So if you saw the God of the Bible, would you turn from your sin and become a Christian?
Nope.
I just heard somebody say nope. Yeah. How is that possible? Was that somebody in the background of his video saying nope? What the fuck was that? Let's hear that again. That wasn't my side. I didn't do that. What the fuck was that?
You saw
it sounded like me. I'm like, I didn't say that. What? It sounds like me. Listen.
God of the Bible. Would you turn from your sin and become a Christian?
Nope.
Is this somebody else? The deity of Christ? I'm assuming that was the deity of Christ right there. Is this somebody else's video? Here I provided 10 questions. Feel free to answer. Did his editor do that? Oh, he should have been fired, but that's legend. Man, that's fucking funny, bro.
I'll give you a few seconds to answer.
I can't remember what was the question. Did I miss it?
You would. You would believe in God.
Oh, I do. All right, I do remember that. Let's go back.
Reject it. So if you saw the God of the Bible, would you turn from your sin and become a Christian?
Nope.
I'll give you a few seconds to answer.
All right. So no, I would not. I would not. And I keep forgetting I can actually look over on the screen if I pull up OBS. Why do I not have my OBS up? I don't have to look over here if I look over here, right? No. I would want to ask him questions. I would have a lot of questions for God if God just showed up right there. Would I believe in God? Yes. Yes, I would believe in God. Would I turn away from my sin? In other words, I'm assuming you're asking if I would worship God, if I would become a Christian. And no. I would have a lot of questions for God. Like, why would somebody that raped and murdered people but repented their sins in the name of Jesus Christ get to go to heaven? While we don't even have to say an atheist. Let's say while a Buddhist, a spiritual deity believing Buddhist, who's lived a life of Zen, purity, enlightenment, never done anybody harm, why does he go to hell? Just because he never repented his sins to Jesus Christ. I would like that would just be one of many questions. I would be like, why do you like genocide so much, bro? Like, that would seriously be a legitimate question, because he loves genocide. He loves it. It's like he gets off on it. That'd be another question. It would be, why must I hate, my gay brothers and sisters just because you want me to, when this is all by your design and they should be your children as well? And I'm sure, like, if this God did appear before me, he'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They are my children, right? Because he wouldn't be a fucking narcissist like most of these Christians are. But I'd have questions. See, I'm not going to blindly give my worship to fucking anybody. unlike you guys. I've always said, like, I like me some Bernie. But if Bernie turned up in the Epstein files, fuck Bernie. Right? Like, I've said that since day one. And that shouldn't be, like, hard for anybody to fucking say. You shouldn't follow anything blindly. I don't give a fuck if it is God Almighty, master creator of the fucking universe, why the fuck wouldn't you have questions? It doesn't make any sense to me. But that nope shit was fucking hilarious.
Go ahead. You would. You would believe in God all this. If you saw him with your own eyes, you would believe in him.
Oh, yeah, of course. Maybe. I mean, maybe it, you know, let's test the water, all right? Let's test the water. Let's make sure I'm not hallucinating shit. Did I take peyote last night? You know, and, you know, like, am I, you know, me, just little old me, there'd be no reason for, like, some, you know, government to, like, project some holographic image of God before me. So either, and I've actually had this experience recently, either one thing is true, that this thing is here, or I'm having a fucking nervous breakdown and I need to go talk to a therapist. For me, it was the second of the two, but it is really hard to differentiate at first. You know, like, it really, really fucking hard. You know.
You know what would happen if you saw him? You would believe for about 24 hours, and then you go right back to your sin. You'll be forever condemned. That's not an excuse. That's just the facts. God.
That's a lot of projection, yo. That's a lot of projection. I don't know. Like I said, like, let's not even say it's your God. Like, let's say Wakantanka, the great spirit of the universe, shows up before me and is like, you know, Knock, you're kind of a dick. And I'm like, whoa, man, where the fuck you come from? And he's like, man, I came from, like, you know, where I exist in the time of nowhere. Right? And I'm like, but I am fucking tripping. Like, what the fuck did I take? And he'd be like, Knock, you didn't take nothing. You didn't take nothing, bro. And I'm like, you're gonna have to prove this shit. So, like, this motherfucker, like, whisks me away to the tallest fucking mountain in, like, Georgia. I'm here in Michigan. And then he whisks me to, like, the Georgia Bulldogs game. And not just the game, but, like, into the locker room so I can steal one of the fucking jerseys and shit. Proof, right? And then I come all the way back. No, I'm pretty sure that next week and every week after that, I'm probably going to be talking about that shit. That's all I'm fucking saying. And pretty sure, like, my hallucinatory God that appeared before me is not going to be some narcissistic, homophobic, transphobe fuckface, right? Like, he's probably going to be pretty chill and want to hit the blunt.
God could poke his head through the clouds right now and said, I am the God of the Bible, follow my commandments. You think all the evil and all the killing, the lying and stealing, the raping and the dishonesty would stop? No. It will stop one day when he returns. When Jesus returns, it will stop. Has modern science destroyed your relationship with God? Because the Big Bang is pseudoscience. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? No. So, I guess maybe for some, I guess it's possible. Like, you know, like say you're like an uber Christian, right? Like, you grew up uber Christian and you go to one of them goddamn liberal fucking universities, and you proved, like, somehow in your ignorant background or whatever, but you proved somehow competent at fucking studying and shit. So you progress through the liberal university. You go on to graduate school, postgraduate school, which is probably even more liberal, right? And you become a doctor. You get a doctorate of some fancy fucking whatever, right? Maybe through the course of that, like, through the course of becoming a doctorate of, like, astrophysics, exploring the stars and the universe, maybe then you're like, yeah, I just kind of don't believe in that God thing I used to believe in anymore. I can see that rarely happening. For the most of us, I think it's like we read the Bible and we're like, yeah, we don't think that fucking snake just talked, right? Like we don't think that there was a demon that went into a house and made and whipped up everybody in the house to the point that like they were getting naked and like fucking each other and running out of the house. I mean, it was crazy fucking shit happening in this Bible, right? Like I just can't like really get behind. That's pretty much it. And like once you like reject the God that you grew up with because it's fucking nonsense, well, the rest just kind of fall in line. Right, like you had pretty much already done that anyway because you were following one God as opposed to all of them other fucking gods. So it was pretty easy to like finish the process. For me, it took quite a while because I was hung up on this whole like blood of Christ conspiracy bullshit.
Yes, I said it. Yes, it is. Abiogenesis is pseudoscience. Yes, I said it. It is. It's all pseudoscience. The scientific method is...
I guess if you say so, bro. Like... Be stupid if you want to.
Observe, you test, and you repeat. You go ahead and demonstration. So go ahead and demonstrate.
Yeah, Scott Jennings is a bitch boy that can handle debate. Kind of like you, Jill. What's going on, man?
Straight. Go ahead and observe, and go ahead and repeat the origins of life. You can't. Go ahead and demonstrate the Big Bang. You can't. The Big Bang, abiogenesis, evolution, including macroevolution. I don't want to hear it's the same thing. No, I'm not talking about small scale changes in allele frequency. I'm talking about large, massive scale. And first of all, the debate shouldn't even be about.
Well, he came out with like the big words. So like he's been, you know, he's had like the level 2 brainwashing from somewhere.
Evolution. Because without life, evolution doesn't exist. So you're skipping over the true. You can't just say, oh, once life emerged and evolution took over. No, that doesn't work that way. How did life on Earth begin? You don't know. The origins of life in the universe is outside the purview of science. It is not science. It is pseudoscience. And at this rate, today's pseudoscience.
Oh, Jill, I'm actually like, I'm going to start a new series where I'm reading the Bible again. I'm not going to do like edited videos. I'm going to just do streams where I'm reading the Bible. It's going to be fun, bro. You're going to love it. I guarantee you're going to love it. It's going to be great. I'll be able to get through it a lot faster if I just stream like 3-4 hours at a time, reading the Bible, talking about how stupid it is. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast. We might take our time with it and go like take the specific verses. Some of the ones that I brought out a couple verses yesterday. Like there's so many verses. Like we can just take our time. We can write it out in big letters on the screen and really look at them and really take in what they're saying. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have fun with it. Raging Atheist is back, Jill. I'm back.
Is tomorrow science if you guys don't stop it? It's embarrassing is what it is. It is truly embarrassing as to where these anti-theist, atheist pseudoscientists has destroyed man's relationship with God. I know you want to scream in the name of science, but that's not science. Get back to observe, test, and repeat. If it is not observable, testable, repeatable, incontrovertible evidence, then it is a belief. Yes, we believe by faith what the Bible says. We believe in God. You don't. You believe.
Like he truly like. I think he thinks that science is the reason why people don't believe in God anymore. No, it's probably because your pastors were raping them when they were children. I mean, that's like you're not going to keep too many parishioners when you keep defiling each new generation, right? Like, like what the fuck you think's going to happen?
In man's hypothesis and theories. Don't get brainwashed by the secular agenda. These militant atheists all over the internet and online writing books, that's all pseudoscience. It cannot be proven. You can't observe it. If you believe in the Big Bang, abiogenesis, and macroevolution, or any evolution,
I don't know. I might have some Christians on. Like if a Christian wanted to come on while I read the Bible, that would be great. That would be great. I don't know about you, Jill. You just filibuster all the time. But that'd be great. Like, that'd be fun.
It's a belief. Yes, it is a belief. What was eternal and uncreated to bring us into existence from non-existence? You say the first law of matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed. Well, that's a dogmatic pronouncement. You can't prove that. If matter and energy can't be created or destroyed, so where did it come from? It's not eternal, because if it was, we wouldn't run out of energy. Name something that lasts.
All right, so this dude is just like seriously butthurt. Like, what was that question even? Like, I don't know what the question was, and why don't like I ever see the numbers pop up when I'm going back like that?
Yes, it is a belief. What was eternal and uncreated to bring us into existence from non-existence? You say the
So what was eternal? Let me get that again.
to bring us in.
What was eternal and uncreated? And I actually think that this, and I had turned the captioning off, but it's still on for some reason. But I'm pretty sure that's right. So what was eternal and uncreated to bring us into
Existence from non-existence?
Oh my fucking God. It's like a headache, I think, at this point. Like, these fucking insane people obsess about crazy shit, man. Like, crazy shit, bro. So, it is the year 2026, and by no means does that year represent the age of this fucking universe, right? That represents an age of mankind. And not the entire age, just an age. Nobody fucking really nobody on this planet knows what happened at the very, 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 very beginnings of this universe, right? Like, as far as like where did energy come from, as far as we can tell, energy was always there, just condensed, right? It was some batshit crazy motherfucker a really long time ago that came up with the Gandalf, did it. And for some fucking reason, a whole bunch of my fellow apes have come to the conclusion that, yeah, Gandalf did it. And then not only do they come to this batshit fucking crazy conclusion, right, that Gandalf did it, then they look at you all serious like and like, well, what the fuck do you think it was? Bro, nobody knows. It's you motherfuckers that are putting shit there that are the fucking reason for all of this shit. It's so frustrating. It's so goddamn frustrating. But I'm going to try to calm myself because I am a Buddhist now. I don't believe in any gods. I believe in Zen, finding stillness, and saying, fuck you! Like, God, how stupid can you fucking be? Should we even listen to number 10?
You say the first law of matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed. Well, that's a dogmatic pronouncement. You can't prove that. If matter and energy can't be created or destroyed, so where did it come from? It's not eternal, because if it was, we wouldn't run out of energy. Name something that lasts forever within the universe.
Oh my fucking God.
You can't. So no, the universe is not eternal. Energy is not eternal. Matter is not eternal. It all will decay. The second law says entropy always increases.
Wait a minute. So he believes in the second law, just not the first law. And does anybody really like say, do we say like the universe is eternal? Isn't that what like Christians say? Christians don't believe the universe is going to end. You know, they believe this civilization is going to end and a new Jerusalem is going to be put on earth to be here forever. You're the ones that believe the universe is fucking eternal. Like, what the like, does he not even understand his mythology?
a closed system. And yes, the universe is a closed system. No? Well, what's adding to the universe outside the universe? Yeah, good luck with that one. It's one thing to deny God, but to deny the first cause is illogical. It is. It is. It is. No cause can be its own effect. Just like you can't.
To deny the first cause. The first cause. The first cause. My fellow insane persons, thousands of years ago, put this first cause in it. Gandalf the Grey, who has yet to evolve to Gandalf the White because he's still homophobic. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, these motherfuckers. Like, Jill, you have been way too successful in your handiwork with Christianity.
Can't be your own father. You heard it before. Then you say, who created God? Well, you're asking me who created the uncreated. That doesn't even make any sense. The God of the Bible says he's eternal. He's from everlasting to everlasting, that he has always existed. Yeah, I know. In your mind, it's kind of hard to believe in something you can't see that has always been there. But whatever put us on this planet to live and die, that is your God, basically. So what was it? You don't know.
I lost track of what he was
saying. Can't be the universe. The universe had a beginning.
Hello.
Astrophysicist would tell you
I lost track of what he was saying.
The Bible says,
like, he's just talking a bunch of gibberish at this point. Like, fuck this guy, man. Was that my last thing? Was there more? Oh, there's still more. Do I want to listen to it? I don't know. What's going on in the world? I don't get much of a feed here anymore, like news-wise, but sometimes I'm going to try to change my algorithm. It's going to be kind of fun to manipulate a new algorithm. Like, I don't understand how this shit, like, I get a lot of right-wing shit. Maybe it is because I do watch, like, my, the America First crowd talking shit about Trump. Because I get a lot of shit I never would have gotten before, like, this. I'm pretty sure that if I watched that, it wouldn't enrage me. I don't see much going on. Usually, like, it's like Trump did this or that or what the fuck ever. All right. I'm about to be going to work in like 25 minutes. I'm going to leave here in about 25 minutes. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy. Man, this cheap webcam seems to be a little better than my expensive, the last one I had that was expensive. Yeah, I didn't really have nothing planned today. Just talking my shit. It's good to see you, Jill. I've missed your particular brand of trolling. I'm sure it'll wear thin really fast again. So I would just I'm gonna leave you guys with, find your paths. I need to get my filter from my microphone again. Find your paths, find your paths in life. One of the great things that I've learned in the last couple of years is it's okay that I'm a fucking failure. It's okay. Not all of us can succeed. And I'm pretty chill with that now. So, like, if any kind of success ever comes my way, it's going to be kind of surprising. Probably unwanted. Outside of, like, I think everybody deserves success. I don't think anybody should have to struggle on this planet. Not if we have enough resources. It's one of the things, I can't remember their name. What was their names? They were like the Utah Outcasts, I think. Something like that. They were these pretty popular atheists when I first came around. I know I was, like, super stoked to do their show the first time. But then I started listening to some of the co-hosts' politics and started really hearing some of their politics. And I wasn't quite as far left as I was back then. But they would, one of the co-hosts would really be talking about, like, resources and how the planet has more than enough resources for the human for the human population. And we just kind of choose not to kind of share those resources with each other. And a lot of that is these fake border lines and these cultures we've developed to kind of separate ourselves over the course of our existence. And, you know, I used to find that shit to be like the strangest talk in the world, but now I've pretty much came to those same exact conclusions, right? Like, there really shouldn't be poverty, you know, and in a world where in a world that everybody is chill, right? Like, everybody's kind of got what they need, healthcare, you know, all this mental illness that I see on the streets every day here in Battle Creek. You know, I was parked in my car today, and I see this guy, and he's clearly homeless. You know, he's got a shopping cart and pretty much every belonging that he probably has in this shopping cart. And he's an older guy with a white beard, and, you know, like, his jacket's ripped, and, you know, he's on his phone as he's pushing his cart, like, kind of like looking at shit, and you know, kind of talking to himself the whole time. And he, like, you know, I see human beings look at a person like this in disgust, but I look at a person like this and I'm like, man, what has happened to break you? Because I'm sure there's a hell of a fucking story there, and there's a hell of a life lesson there. And he waves at me, and I wave back, and I'm, you know, like, I've seen too many people just be mean to people like these for no fucking reason. I got into an argument with my aunt not days ago about, you know, like, giving bums dollars and shit, because most of the people in my family just seems to think that that's such a bad thing. And I'm like, I don't care what they do with it. Like, if they need to take the $1 or $2 or $5, whatever the fuck I give them, and he needs to take that to buy himself a fucking 40, right? So, like, maybe for an hour, or maybe it's just the time that he's drinking that 40, he's forgotten this shitty fucking existence that our society has thrust him into. I'm pretty much cool with that. Like, why should I care what he does with that $1, man? And isn't it supposed to be like the Christian sentiment to, like, to give? I just don't understand. But yeah, man, if I wasn't working, I would have went up and talked to him and asked him, like, you know, what's your story, bro? I find people like him fascinating, because there's got to be, like, just a long string of stories there of life lived. You know, I was parked at a red light, and there was a bridge. This was about a week ago. This is the first time this has ever happened that I've ever seen. And I've had a couple times recently where I thought I was going to be homeless. So this kind of shit, like, really fucking hits home. When I'm sitting there at this fucking bridge, it's like the middle of the afternoon. Maybe not the middle. It's like almost noon, I think. But it's later. It's later than you think for this to happen, right? And it was kind of a chilly day. Like, we've had a couple warm days in Michigan, but we've had a lot of chilly days since spring started or whatever. Today is pretty chilly. And I'm sitting there, and at first one really big young dude comes out from underneath the bridge, right? Just kind of walks through the bushes there. I see the bushes rattling is what drew my eye at first, and I see one guy popped out. I'm like, how the fuck did he get there? And as I'm watching, another young dude pops up, and these guys are as big as me, and I'm a big fucking human being, you know. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see an old woman, their mom, pop up, and they were coming up from under the bridge. They had slept under the bridge that night, and they were all dressed warm as fuck and had their blankets, and it's just like, man, our society has failed. Our society has failed, and now we're just watching them as they bleed us dry, all of us. And like right now, like these people, they could be any of us right now. Like I said, just recently, before the shit even fucking got bad in this country, I was facing homelessness for the first time in my life. But that was more of my brother being a fucking piece of shit than anything else. But then ultimately, it was like the best thing that ever fucking happened. But like, our society has failed. Capitalism has failed. The discussion should be over. And I think the thing that they didn't understand was all these years that they've been riling up their side of the populace, right? Riling them up, getting them mad at Democrats and immigrants and gay people and trans people and all these different people. Keep telling them that, you know, God, if we just had our way again, we'd make it better for all of you. And that's ultimately what most Americans want. They just want to be able to fucking live their lives and not struggle all the fucking time. That's pretty much like, you know, as a socialist, I'm not asking for every person to be wealthy. I'm asking for every person to get what they earn, man. And we don't, by any means, get what we earn. A couple people get what we earn. We get pittances. It doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing. If you're not one of them, you're not getting what you earned. We've allowed like 10 fucking families in this country to own all of the wealth. That's not capitalism. That's feudalism all over again. That's fucking monarchy. That's a few families owning everything all over again. It's failed. And, you know, like, people aren't going to keep playing these like political fucking gotchas when like, literally here in Michigan right now, gas is $5. It's $5 a gallon of gas. I needed a half a tank of gas today. It cost me $49 for a half a tank of gas. I own a Mazda. This is a little fucking hatchback fucking station wagon, right? This is not some gas guzzler. $49 fucking dollars for a half a tank of gas. It's unsustainable. People can't go to the doctor. People can't afford to eat. This shit's about to go Dr. Zhivago. Right? Like, this shit is about to hit the fan. And when it hits the fan, there is no more political process. There's revolution. There's, all right, let's get it right this time. And that's where we're at in history. And I don't know how I got on this fucking ramble, but I think I'm going to end it there. God damn the times we live in. Holy fucking shit. And, you know, people like Jill in the side chat, you know, he's probably still very, very happy with all of this because people like him, ultimately, they want to see this world burn. Just so they can own the libs. But that's not going to fly when it's $5 a gallon. It's just, and we're seeing that. So, yeah, so much to talk about. I'm glad to be back. Can't wait. You know, I am going to look at StreamYard. I'll probably try to get that up and going. Man, it's just so fucking expensive now. Everything's so fucking expensive now. And I got to fix my brakes, so I don't know. But I'm going to look at it, see what I can do. See what I can do. Like, if I could bring myself to pay that. Like, fuck, I almost didn't get YouTube Premium again. And I didn't get the good one. You know, I got the one I'm still occasionally going to get an ad, right? But, like, that shit was like $15. And I'm like, it wasn't like that the last time. What the fuck? This shit ain't going to fly, bro. It ain't going to fly. I'm telling you, straight up right here, right now, like, living in Battle Creek, Michigan, this used to be Trump land. It's not anymore. You don't hear, you know, Trump love here anymore. You don't. It's crickets. It's crickets. And it's starting to be angry faces. I'm starting to see people come out of their goddamn house, take the signs out of the fucking yard, and you don't see the signs no more. They can keep fooling themselves if they want. But the Valhalla VFTs of the world, so the person in this fucking planet that the left need to fear the most is Tucker Carlson. See, Tucker is going to be a Donald Trump that does it right. So let's not lose our sights on Donald Trump and his atrocities. But motherfuckers better be looking at Tucker. Because Tucker and Candace, they're forming a coalition. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, bro. All right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. The earth ain't flat, bitches. I remembered my outro at the end, and somehow, like, why is my full screen like that now? Yeah, somehow, like, my settings got... Let me fix that real quick. How did I fix that the last time? I'll fix it after the stream. But yeah, I finally remember, like, yeah, the earth isn't flat, bitches! And then I went to the full screen and not the exit. So, y'all have a good day. Thanks for joining. Peace out. I might do, like, a video game stream after work tonight.